Okay, we have our dough. It would have risen more if the environment was a little different, if I had more time and so forth. But I should have showed you before I knocked it down. There it is. What we're gonna do is divide it, not exactly in half, more of 2/3 and thirds. All right, and so we're just gonna make it to where it's gonna fit in our cast iron. We're gonna cook these in cast iron tonight. All right, there's two ways to do this. You can grease your pan. You also can use a cake pan. I have a really big one. It's 14 inches. I have a 10 and a 12, but tonight we're gonna do this. All right, so we're gonna just make this fit in our cast iron, just going up the sides like this. After we get this done in both pans, we're gonna let it rest for a few minutes. Now this is part 2, so if you're just jumping in and seeing this video, you need to find part 1 of making the dough and the sauce. But this video is about building the deep dish pizza. Okay, doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not interested in perfect. There you go. Okay, now I'm gonna let this set. Show it to you. Can you see that? All right. Okay, that was an 8-inch cast iron. And here is my 10-inch. It's bigger, doesn't it? This is what my uncle gave my mother and daddy when they got married 51 years ago. All right. You could use cornmeal in the bottom of your pizza crust, between your crust and your pan, to keep it from sticking. If you ever gotten pizza at the pizzeria, you know, the famous places, and it has kind of the cornmeal on the bottom, notice that sometime, but that's to keep it from sticking. I thought I might do that tonight, but I'm not. I'm just gonna go just with greasing the cast iron. And this is some of the leftover MCT oil that we had. Refer to the first video for that, for the measurements and the directions and so forth. All right, so I'm gonna get this greased. Then let's kind of flatten this out into a nice round pizza crust. This is gonna be good. It's got our MCT, it's got our healthy salt, it's got our sprouted wheat, whole wheat. Oh, it's gonna be so yummy. All right, let's bring our pan over here. Get this in here. Here, so that it doesn't make noise for you. How about that? Okay. Okay, so we're just gonna mash it in here. It fits fine, kind of slippery because of the grease a little bit, but we're okay. Look, can you see now I'm just kind of, it's wanting to move around. You know, you can just let it set and come back to it. Sometimes you got to do that with people. Let them set and come back to them. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let it sit there. I might have worked it just a little bit too much. But that's what it looks like for now. Okay. Now let's look at our first one we had here. And let's talk a little bit about toppings now. Okay, so Chicago deep dish pizza is a little bit backwards from the other pizzas you might be used to. Remember, I'm not, in another video, I don't claim to be from Chicago or be an expert on Chicago deep dish pizza. But the cheese is put on the bottom, and then the other things, the fillings, and then the meat, and the sauce, and the Parmesan cheese on top. Let me make a couple of comments. We did make a mistake in the first video. I did. I asked Mr. Patient to cook up this sausage. This is the sausage that we have. It's good, natural, from our Meat Man CSA that we're a member of, our co-op. And I asked him to cook it. This is Italian sausage. I wasn't thinking. It's supposed to be raw on top of the pizza. So there's a mistake that we made, and I'm sure it's going to be fine. But the raw meat on top of the pizza, when it's all cooked, it cooks for about 30 minutes. It just makes such a difference, and it's greasy and good, like Chicago deep dish pizza. So we have the cooked sausage, and then we have canned mushrooms. I have used fresh before, and we're going to try canned for the first time, because a lot of times we've had too much of liquid in the bottom of our pizza when we cut it. So I'm going to try and see if this makes a difference. And then we have kind of cheated. Instead of getting fresh onions and peppers this time, I got this bag of pepper and onion blend. So we have red and green and yellow peppers and onion blend. And I have drained them. They were frozen. I drained them, and then I squeezed them in between a tea towel. And then we have our sauce that we made in our video, part 1 of our video, and it's cooled. It's really good. Remember the secret ingredient in that sauce? Remember, it's in the first video. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with this provolone cheese. I love provolone cheese. Oh, let me tell you what kinds I get here. This is what I got. I got this boar's head provolone. I like boar's head products. They're natural and good. And then these two, these two sliced meats are Applegate. They're all natural. No antibiotics. This is uncured pepperoni and uncured salami. So these are just the products that I bought, and I'm not endorsing those, sponsoring those. They're not sponsoring me and so forth. But that's what I liked. It's good, clean meat. Okay, so let's pull both of these crusts up here. Let's work a little bit more with this one. Get it up here. See, he's more willing to cooperate now because we let him rest. That's, you know, that's what it takes sometimes. Okay, we're gonna build. So can you see the pizza crust all nice and pretty? Oh, our cast iron, because we love cast iron. So, you know, deep dish pizza goes country. And we're actually, now this seems backwards, I know, but we're actually putting the sliced provolone. Now you can get smoked. I like smoked, but this happens to be non-smoked. And you just put it in the bottom. You do not bake the crust first. You do not. Okay, just put it in the bottom. While I'm doing this, I want to tell y'all, now we're on Instagram, and I post nearly every day on Instagram. And we've got a wonderful community over there of folks who follow us and contribute ideas and things. So follow us on Instagram if you're on that social media. All right, let's hand this to Mr. Patient right there. Okay, the next thing it calls for, or the next thing to do, is our sliced meat, our sliced uncured pepperoni, then our salami. I used to think I didn't like salami until I tried this Applegate, this natural uncured, and I can't believe it, but I like it. I'm going to add the mushrooms. We'll squeeze, make sure there's no more liquid. Okie doke. And we've got these peppers, onions, pepper and onion mix. Sprinkle this around. Okay, now let's see. We've got our cheese, our meat, our peppers and onions, our mushrooms, and we've got this mozzarella cheese. And now we've got our meat that, remember, is supposed to be raw. Okay, and trust me, it does work like that. The first time I put raw meat on top, I thought, what am I doing? This is going to be not good or not right, but it was delicious. This is going to be okay, just because, you know, I don't want to pull some meat out of the freezer and have to thaw it. So we're just going to deal with our mistake, my mistake, because I'm the one that asked him to cook it. Y'all remember this video where he conditioned this bowl for us? I'll have to link that above for you. Okay, and then 2 more things, y'all. Our sauce. Remember, we made the sauce in the first video. Can you buy your own? Sure, or you can do whatever. It's your kitchen. And then we've got our Parmesan cheese. All right, that's it, y'all. We're gonna put it in the oven and we're gonna cut it for you and show you what it looks like before we devour it. It's gonna be good. Chicago style deep dish pizza. All right. That's gonna be good. You wanna see? See what it looks like? Gonna be good. Let's build a little sauce. That's all right. That's real stuff. All right. See you in 30 minutes. Woohoo! Look at there. Look at that. Okay, while we're letting that set, let me talk to you for just a second. I like to put olives in it. I didn't have any. You can put green or black. We had deep dish pizza when we were in Chicago. We went Thanksgiving a few years ago. Took the big boys for a Thanksgiving weekend trip, and it was wonderful. But we had Gino's East, I believe, and we had Giordani's, and that may be the only two. But y'all, you know, I'm going to tell you something. This is the first time I have cooked this in cast iron. I mean, I'm a cast iron lover now, and I haven't made this, to be honest with you, in a long, long time. And this is the way to go. It's cast iron. I mean, I can tell you it's not stuck. I can tell you that by looking, by feeling. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cut this small one. Leave the big one. I'm going to put the big one over to the side. Okay, I've got us some plates, but I grabbed this thinking, don't y'all think? This is my new favorite. I bought some for my birthday present to myself in August, too, that were bigger than this. And then we went to see Doug and Stacy in Missouri in August, and I took them those, and I'm glad I did. But anyway, these are also from Lodge, which is made here in Tennessee. So... by the way, if you don't know who Doug and Stacy are, they have a channel called Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. So that's, so we are the Homestead Homies, and I took these as a gift. And so anyway, I went back to Lodge not long ago, and I bought this little one for me. I hope to get larger ones, maybe 5 of them when we full-time RV. I think these would be good for individual food prep. But don't you think, you know, if maybe not this size, but a little bit bigger, you can make a deep dish pizza in this. So that's a great idea. I'm looking forward to using these, and I hope that you're going to see lots of videos and ideas of my using these little individual things in the future. And I should say that Doug and Stacy do have a video using the Lodge individual cast iron pieces that we gave them. So you might check that out, or I can link it. If I can figure out how to do that, link in somebody else's video. Okay, so here we go. Let's cut this up, y'all. Oh my, I hope it works out well. Here we go. Trying not to destroy it too much by cutting. You know what I'm going to do? For the purposes of showing y'all, I'm not going to keep cutting. I'm going to put it right here. Look at that. Oh, and I'm so pleased with the outcome compared to the past. I'll show you that too. Okay, y'all, here we go. Chicago deep dish pizza. It's got peppers, onions, mushrooms, a good healthy mozzarella, and provolone, and an uncured salami and pepperoni with homemade sauce, and a nice grass-fed pork sausage. But look, I'm pleased with this cast iron because it cooked up better than any time I've ever cooked it in a cake pan. And just nice crisp crust, doesn't stick. I hope you'll try it. Chicago deep dish pizza. Sometime when you've got plenty of time one Saturday or Friday night, Sunday night, enjoy it. This is Miss Katie asking you to subscribe, like the video, and that will tell us whether you want us to make more. Follow us on Instagram at heritage.ways. We're also at Twitter, Facebook, and Pinterest as Heritage Ways. So you can follow us there too. Well, what do they say in Italy? Ciao? Bon appetit? No, let's see, that's French. Ciao is goodbye. Isn't that right, little fella? Come here. Come here. Help me tell them bye. Okay.